So it started in the year 1983, guys. Okay, from then it started with some 3x version and started as a middleware tool. Pega itself started as a middleware tool in the starting, and later they developed as a development tool. Means some set of Java developers did the programming. So using the Java programming, they developed this Pega BPM tool. Okay, so from then, so started they use it in some internally, they have used it in some companies, but it got most popular, and right now every company is using this Pega as a development application. Okay, actually Pega is one Java based application where we can develop web applications. Okay, using this Pega application we can develop new web applications, guys. This actually what this BPM will do is it controls the process. Means it will control or manage the process. Okay, how we are developing the applications, it will automatically controls how the business is going to be conducted, and it will define the data information flows. Okay, everything will be internally managed by this process. Means how the relation between the application, one application to another application, between individuals. Means see, if you take one web application, so there will be so many connections will be there. So people will connect application to application, we can connect. Okay, everything it is like a some third party applications we can connect. Okay, for all these things, so what business process will manage all these things. Okay, it will create a connection between the individuals internally within the organization. Some external applications will be there. Okay, it will also creates connection between the external applications. Okay, it incorporates the planning of the application, designing of the application, building, operating, maintaining and improving the business process. Okay, the main advantage of this BPM methodology is to improve the business performance of the applications. So many advantages will be there. So it will reduce the cost of the application, security, performance, the number of errors it will reduce. Okay, so many features will be there. So okay, all these comes under this business process. Okay, Pega internally uses this BPM methodology for developing the applications. Means it will improve the performance of the applications. Means the planning will be very easier, the designing and everything will be easier with this methodology. What are it is inbuilt methodology comes with the Pega BPM, sorry, Pega PRPC. And some of the advantages of this BPM are, so we can build faster applications, we can reduce the number of errors, number of IT costs involved in the application, so productivity of the application, it will increase the efficiency and performance. So many, these are all some of the advantages of the BPM. And some of the elements, okay, how within the Pega tool, how we can build the application. So we'll create some different connections like user interface, business logic, business process, data storage, integrations, reports. Okay, combining all these elements, we can develop the applications in the Pega BPM. And why Pega? Okay, so what is the difference between other technologies and the Pega, and why we need to go with this Pega BPM? Okay, actually Pega is a product of Java. Actually this total Pega is a Java based application, and in this application we can develop new applications. Okay, without writing any coding. See, Pega is a product built on Java, and automatically, so if you are developing anything within the Pega tool, means it will generate the Java code behind the scenes. Okay, no need to write any code, automatically it will generate the code. And the main goal is to eliminate the coding and automate the manual work. Okay, everything is automated in the Pega BPM tool, no need to do anything manually. Okay, all the services, connectors, so database, everything is available in the tool itself. And the core concept of Pega revolves around changes in software. Okay, normally, see, so what are the changes happening in the software? Everything is implemented in this Pega PRPC. Okay, so the main goal is to eliminate the total coding in the development process. Okay, that is the main goal of this Pega PRPC. Okay, and also cut down the costs involved in the during process, development process. And Pega itself, the main caption of the Pega is build for change. Okay, so it is one of the advanced tool, guys. So there are so many tools are there in the Pega market, means BPM market, but Pega stands in the top. Okay, so no other BPM tool is competition to this Pega. So it is one of the best tool in the BPM market, and so many other companies are trying to develop a similar applications. Okay, but still they are a working stage. Like Microsoft is trying to develop one BPM application, and Oracle is also trying to develop one BPM application. Okay, but so they are still in the development stage. But Pega, they are, it is existing from the year 1990s. Okay, so Pega is more far better than any other tool in the market, and some of the main advantages is, so it is used to build applications faster. So it contains a complete platform for developing an application and build the applications in a smarter way. So instead of going in a traditional way, we can build the applications in a smarter way. So internally it will be some work environment will be there. See, within the Pega tool, so there will be relation between the developers, system architects, managers, business analysts. Okay, they will work together. Okay, in a some like a, so cooperation will be there within the work environment, and build responsive and social applications, bring system together. So and there will be some community will be there. So Pega contains some community. So any queries, any support, so they'll get some from the Pega community. So these are some of the advantages of the Pega. And Pega contains some in the backend. So how the work will be received, routed, so how they will do the reporting, research. Okay, they will ask some what are the 6 R's of Pega BPM. So then you have some knowledge on this. So receive, route, report, research, respond, and resolve. Okay, these are the 6 R's of Pega BPM. Okay, coming to the receive part, so they will gather the, so all the business requirements they will gather, and they will convert into the, so routing means, so based on the skill wise they will do the routing means, so technical team will do all these things. Then reporting, okay, they will, so what are the things, what are the different types of reports they have to generate, so they will work on the report part. And once the report is done, they will do the research on what are the things they have to, so retrieve from the reporting data. And finally once the research is finished, they will respond to the client. So when the client agrees, they will start the production. Okay, normally these are the different stages of the development process. Okay, receive the work, route, report, research, respond, and resolve. Okay, these are the 6 stages in the development process. Okay, anybody in interviews they will ask, so it's a basic question, what are the 6 R's of Pega BPM? You can say these things. Okay, I'll give all the documentation guys, don't need to worry. Okay, like this is the things. Okay, receiving, routing, reporting, responding. Okay, I'll give the documentation on this. And in the market, Pega, not only Pega is the only BPM tool. So many BPM tools are there. Say IBM itself contains some 50 to 60 BPM tools are there. Okay, but those are not sufficient for developing the applications. Like Oracle BPM is there, Lombardy, Oracle, and some other TIBCO, Cordis, Samin, Casey, Appian. Like this, so many tools are there guys, but no BPM tool is having all the features whatever we have in Pega tool. Okay, so those are just a simple tools where we cannot develop everything in the same tool. Okay, so those are like a middleware tools. Okay, all the other BPM tools acts as a middleware functionality only, but Pega, it's a different thing. It contains so many features. Within the Pega tool we can develop anything within the same tool. Okay, no need to go with some other tools. And coming to the Pega architecture, and Pega architecture, it contains, okay, we have to install operating system. Okay, either it supports Windows, Unix, or Linux operating system. And Pega internally, see, it is same like Java only guys. See, whatever the things we can do in Java, same things we can do in Pega. What are the things we cannot do in Java, we cannot do in Pega. Okay, so similar to the Java structure only. See, whatever you can do in Java, we can do in Pega also. What are the things we cannot do in Java, we cannot do in Pega. Okay, so it is similar to the Java application only, or Java language, but Pega we used to call it as a tool. It is not a language or anything. Pega is just a application. Okay, so Pega is not any programming language, or Pega is not any other thing. It is just a, Pega is just a application. Okay, so within this application we can develop new applications again. Okay, so what are the things required for this Pega? One OS database is required. Okay, Java JDK platform is required, and one application server is required, and you can choose your framework. And Pega itself contains some, so many frameworks will be there guys. So some, we have to suppose what are the framework is required, they have to purchase from the Pega systems. Okay, based on the domain they are doing. If they require any framework, they will purchase from the, so companies will purchase from the Pega systems. Okay, and so many frameworks will be there. I'll tell you about the frameworks later. Okay, this is the architecture. Okay, if you want to install the Pega, so in the backend, this is the architecture we have to follow. So, and basic system requirements will be Windows 7 or Windows 8. Okay, and you need to, if you want to install Pega 7 means 4 GB RAM is required, guys. Okay, you need to have 4 GB RAM, and in one single OS we can install both. We can install 6.3 and 7.1 also. Okay, today I'll show you difference between the tools 6.3 and 7.1, and some of the so many new features are added. Okay, when I open the tool I will tell you, because you cannot understand now. Some new features like guardrails, cross browsers, user interface, dynamic user interfaces are added. Some split schemas, pinned classes. Okay, so many things are given. Later when I start the session, I will tell you about these new features, because you may not know all these things right now. And coming to the versions, Pega 7.1 is the latest version. Previous versions are 6.3, 6.2, 6.1, 5.5. Like so, these are all the below versions. And these are the system requirements. Okay, so operating system Windows 7 or Windows 8, RAM size 4 GB RAM, and in the C drive you must have at least 15 to 20 GB free space. Okay, these are the system requirements for installing the Pega software. Okay, and I will show the previous version first of all, because at a time I cannot start both the servers. Okay, see, if you, we can install the 6.3 and 7.1 in same system, guys, but at a time we cannot open both 6.3 server and 7.1 server. Okay, first of all, I already started the 6.3 server. See, so how to start the Pega tool means, so first of all we need to, so there will be 3 icons will be there in the desktop. After installing the Pega software, you will have startup icon, shutdown icon, and login icon. Okay, these are the 3 icons created after the installation. Okay, first of all you need to start the server. Okay, and the server by default we will get with the personal edition is Tomcat is the default server. Okay, you will get Tomcat as the default server. Okay, and once the server is started, then you have to click on the login icon. Okay, there will be login icon will be there. You have to click on that login icon. Okay, example, this is the 6.3 and these are the 7.1 icons. Okay, actually automatically the image is changed to 7.1 format. Actually these 3 are 6.3 and these 3 are for 7.1. Okay, let's open the tool. So already it is open. Okay, once again click on the login icon. Already 6.3 server is already available, means already started. So it will take some 2 to 3 minutes, guys. If you want to start the server means you have to wait for, just click on the server startup icon and wait for 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, finally you'll get one option called server started. You can click on the login icon and see. So this is the 6.3 version, and every version contains some default user ID. See, all the versions contain some default user ID and default password. Okay, and coming to the user ID, administrator @pega.com is the user ID and password is install is the password. Okay, using this user ID and password you can log into any version 6.3 or 7.1. The user ID and password is same. For example, see the 6.3 adminstrator@pega.com. Password is install is the password. Second is see carefully, guys. When you open this thing, the total layout will be different in 6.3 and 7.1. Give me 1 second. Okay, in the 6.3 version, there is only one explorer will be there. See, we are having only one explorer in the left pane, and you will having something called, when you click on this Pega logo, you will get one option called Designer Studio. Okay, so this is the format you will get in the 6.3. Okay, actually this is the work area. See, what are the things you have to create in the application? You will be working under this Explorer area. Okay, actually we used to call it as a Application Explorer, or we can also call as Class Explorer. Okay, in 6.3 we are only having 6.3 contains only Class Explorer. But if you take 7.1, you will be having a lot of things. Okay, so I'll tell you, I'll open the tool and I'll show you. And when you click on this Pega logo in 6.3, it will go to the Designer Studio. Okay, we used to call it as a Designer Studio. Okay, under this you will have so many options will be there. But in C7.1, directly they have all the options they have given in the left side itself. Okay, instead of this Class Explorer, so they have given so many options like cases. I'll open and I'll show you. Application, favorites, pinned classes. Okay, so many options will be there. I'll show you. Okay, and I'm logging from this tool, and in the coming sessions I will take the session on 6.3 also. Okay, so first of all we'll see 7.1 version, and again in the after, if you get some overview of all the things, then I will again come back to the 6.3 version. Okay, I will take some 3 or 4 sessions on 6.3 also. Okay, when you get some idea about all the options, later I will come back to the 6.3. I will take 3 to 4 sessions on 6.3 also, because so sometimes, see, if you keep any projects, some experience, so compulsory you have to work on 6.3 also, right? So some projects you will also keep on 6.3 also. Okay, so for that I will take the sessions on 6.3 also. Okay, so after 2 weeks sessions of 7.1, I'll come back to 6.3 version. Okay, now just log out from this. Okay, this is, you can see the thing, right? Here in 6.3 you'll get only Pega rules and administrator option and Pega logo option. Okay, so the 7.1 layout will be totally different. Okay, just to close this thing, I need to start the server of 7.1. Okay, I need to shut down the server first of all of 6.3. If you want to shut down the server, click on shutdown option. Icon will be there, shutdown icon. Click on the shutdown icon. You will get one message. At the time you can close this command prompt. Okay, we are working on a local host, guys. Okay, so internet server, we are working on intranet server. Okay, no need to have any internet, it will not take any internet connection. Okay, we'll be working on internet server. Okay, server is stopped. You can close this server. Now click on the startup icon. Okay, this is the 7.1 startup icon. We need to start the server of 7.1 now. It will take some 2 minutes, it will take. Okay, meanwhile any questions, you can ask me any questions.
Yeah, Hari.
Just tell me, guys.
Hari.
Any questions?
Yeah, actually this is the only way to start up and shut down the application,
Yes.
or is there any other way?
Yeah, this is the only way. If you want to log into the tool means you will be starting the server. Okay, once the work is done, log out from the tool and close the server. You can directly also close, not an issue. Yes, you can directly close the server window and you can directly close the browser. Okay, Normally the process will follow is logout from the tool and shut down the server. And if you are directly shutting down the server manually, means sometimes it will not start properly. Okay, so the best process is shut down the server. Once after the task is finished, shut down the server manually.
Okay. And one more thing, for this, actually, if we have in my system already Java is installed in my system.
Okay.
So I need to uninstall the Java and for that, or
If it is a higher version than this version, no, actually Java JDK 1.7 will be there, right? Okay, before starting the installation, once uninstall the Java. You have to do it for 6.3 version. No need for the 7.1. Okay, no need to do any uninstallation. Directly you can install, not a problem. See, Pega internally it will install the Java, guys. See, for example, see, actually this 7.1 is installed in Pega 7 in this folder, I think. D drive somewhere. Yes, tell me, guys.
This is Krishnakant Hari.
Yes, tell me.
I mean, this if you have a 6.3 and if you want to install 7.1, we need to install the same drive or different drive?
Okay, you need a microphone, I'll tell you.
Okay.
Okay, we have to install in a different drive, guys. Okay, in the same drive, we cannot install 6.3 and 7.1. For example, if you are having 6.3 in some C drive, and we cannot install the 7.1 in the same drive. Okay, you have to try in a different drive. Some D drive you can install 7.1. In the C drive you can install 6.3 version. Okay, in the same drive it will not allow both the versions. Okay, so automatically it will override one. Or else, see, if you install upon in the C drive, if you install 7.1, automatically it will override the 6.3, and 6.3 server will not open, because automatically in the C drive it will install the JDK, separate 7 version it will install. So if it is a lower version, it will not open. Okay, if you want to install 6.3 and 7.1, you have to install in a different drives. Okay, see here. See, in the same folder it will install all the things. Database it will install JRE, and all the server, Tomcat server it will install temp files. Okay, whatever the work you are creating, everything will go to the temp files. Okay, so it will not install separately. So it will create one folder called PRPC Personal Edition. Under that folder only it will install all the things. Okay, so let me, maybe the server is started, I think. Okay, server is started, guys. Now you can click on the login icon. Okay, please mute your microphones. Okay, this is the login page for the Pega 7. The look and feel is totally different from the previous versions. Okay, for this also you'll have the same operator ID. The default operator ID will be same, administrator@pega.com. Password is install is the password. Okay, first time it will take some time. You can see the difference, guys. There is a lot of difference in the home page, and all the options are new in the 7.1 version. Okay, so in the previous version you will have only one explorer is there. In the 6.3 version there is only one explorer called Class Explorer. but in coming to the 7.1, you can see the recent, suppose, so you have the first explorer is recent. So recent is nothing but, so what are the rules you have created recently, means you opened recently, everything you can see in the recent explorer. And cases, so cases is nothing but a classes, guys. Okay, Pega contains some different classes will be there, main class, subclass. Okay, all the class names you can see in the cases explorer. Okay, cases is nothing but the classes, different types of classes you are using in the application. All the class names comes under the cases category. And data, okay, under the data explorer, all the data tables and everything will be related. Okay, all the data tables and everything comes under the data explorer. And app explorer, okay, under the, from, if you want to build anything means, okay, right now we don't have any application here, we have to create our own application and we need to build that application. So Pegasus sample, okay, actually another thing I want to tell you is, when you install any 6.3 version or 7 version, by default you will get Pegasus sample as the default application or default class. Okay, Pegasus sample is a default class. Okay, under that by default you'll get all these rules. Okay, actually the leaf icon it is showing, right? Leaf icon is nothing but a class name. Okay, I will tell you about the classes later. Okay, so there Pega contains different types of classes will be there. Okay, so you will be creating main class, under that you will be adding some subclasses. Okay, so many things will be there. Okay, I will tell you about the classes later. Okay, what are the leaf icon it shows? It is nothing but a class. Pega sample is one class. Under this there are some subclasses. Customer request is one subclass. Environment is one subclass. Okay, so these are all the classes. See, when we have to create a class, actually what is the main purpose of class is reusability. If you want to reusable the rules, if you want to reuse the rules from one class to another class, okay, so the main purpose of this purpose of the class is reusing the rules in the application. See, under this we'll have different types of layers also we'll use. So all those things I'll define later. So normally Pega contains different types of layers. One is organization layer. Okay, right now I'm only just giving some brief introduction only. So in detail I'll again, when we get the option as classes, at the time I'll tell you in detail, guys. So Pega contains different types of layers: organization layer, division layer. Okay, so organization layer means, so when we have to use this organization layer means, so anything, for example, if you want to reuse the things within the total organization, for example some employees are there in the organization, so okay, all the employees want to use the common things. Okay, all those things we can define in the organization layer. And there will be some divisions, for example some departments will be there: HR department, development department, admin department. Okay, every department will have their own division. Okay, for HR we can create one division, separate class. For development team we can create a separate division, separate class we can create. And for the admin people will create a separate division. Okay, so in the organization means, if you want to reuse commonly in all the divisions means, suppose in HR, development and admin, if you want to use any common things, all those things will define in the organization layer. Or else separately if you want to reuse means, if you don't want to reuse anything, you can directly define the separate classes. Okay, this HR division is a separate class, development division is a separate class, and admin division is a separate class. Okay, so I'll tell you, in 7 version all these things we used to call as different stages in the application. Okay, the concept newly added in Pegasus 7 is called as stages concept. Okay, so in the previous versions we used to call as classes. Okay, HR division is separate class, division department is a separate class, admin division is a separate class. Okay, this is the concept in 6.3 version, but in the 7.1 version the same concept we used to call it as a stages. Okay, in 7.1 what are the division we are calling, right? So the division is nothing but a stages concept in Pegasus 7. Okay, in detail I'll tell you guys. Once again I will come back. Okay, so all these nothing but customer request is one stage, environment is one stage in Pega 7, folder is one stage. Okay, like that we can add any number of stages. Okay, so under which stage you are creating the rules. For example, if you want to create another anything under this stage, right click on this one. You'll get an option called create option. So from here you can select the different things. Okay, application definition, data model, decision rules, integrations. Okay, anything if you want to create under this stage means you'll go to create option and you'll select any of these things. Okay, these are all the rules under this class. If you want to create anything, you have to go to this category. And suppose under this Pega sample class, if you want to create anything, right click on the class name, go to create option and select the rule name. Okay, and if you want to create anything under this environment division or environment stage, right click on this and under the create option you can create the things. Okay, so this is the application explorer, guys. Okay, when you click on this application explorer, what are the classes or what are the different stages available in the application? It will show all the stages. And if you want to refresh the things in the application means click on this arrow option, refresh the app explorer, refresh app explorer, automatically it will refresh all the things. Okay, and there is one new concept is added in Pega 7 called as pinned classes. Okay, every time, okay, pinned classes is nothing but like a bookmark option, guys. If you want to bookmark any class, okay, you can add in the pinned classes option. Okay, so those things you can see in this favorites. All directly you can go to the pinned classes option, and what are the new classes added you can see from this category. Okay, that one also I'll show later. And records explorer is also new thing added in Pega 7. Okay, here it will show in a alphabetical order. Okay, under this application what are the different types of records available, it will show in alphabetical order. Means suppose if you want all the decision rules means you can click on this decision option. If you want to see all the integration connectors available which you have created in the application, you can create here. And all the reports, anything you have created, you can go from the reports category. Okay, so records means all the things it will show in a alphabetical, like a group. All the records it will show in a group order here. And private, this is also new explorer added in the 7.1. See, checkout records means, so what are the records which are under your control? Okay, any records which are under your control, it will be displayed under the private explorer. Okay, right now we don't added anything, right? So it will not showing any records. See, private option is nothing but, see, some records will be working. So all the records which are you're working, all those comes under the private category. Okay, if you click on this private explorer, it will show all the records currently which you are working. Okay, and favorites. Okay, if you want to make any rules, okay, so any class or any rule name if you want to make as a favorite rule, you can add a favorite option will be there. Okay, so all those things comes under the favorite category. Okay, these are all the different explorers, guys, added in 7.1. Recent explorer shows all the what are the things you have opened recently. It will show all the recent open things. Cases explorer, it will show all the classes available in the application. Means in Pega 7 cases are nothing but stages. Okay, cases are nothing but stages in Pega 7. Okay, and data contains all the database related events. Okay, right now we not defined any data tables, right? There are no objects here. And app contains your application name, and under that application name what are the different types of classes available. All the class names it will show under the app category. Okay, see, anytime in the future if you want to create anything in the application means, if you want to newly define anything in the application means, you have to right click on the class, go to create option, and you have to select the type of rule. For example, if you want to create a property means, go to data model, select the property. If you want to add a decision rule means go to decision category and select the decision table or decision tree or anything. If you want to add any integration connectors means go to integration connector, select the tool. Okay, so from under which class you are creating, you have to right click on that class and you have to create the things. And records, once again, so what are the records available, it will display in a group. Okay, so like a group wise it will display all the records. And private means the records which are under your control, it will display under the private category. And any favorites, if you are adding any rule as a favorite means it will display under the favorite explorer. Okay, so these are the new explorers guys added in 7. And apart from that, you are having Designer Studio. Okay, so in the 6.3 version, when I click on the 6. Pega logo, what are the things open, right? Some things is open. Okay, now in the 7.1, if you click on this thing, you will get the same things: application, process and rules, data model, user interface. Okay, so these are nothing but some settings guys. Okay, so all the Designer Studio contains all some settings options you will get. Okay, everything comes under Designer Studio. And Pega rules, so here this is the application menu. Okay, if you want to create any new application means you will be adding from here. Okay, create new application. And launch option. Okay, launch option means if there will be different portals will be there. Say within the application you will have administrator portal and manager portal. Suppose if you want to, in the previous versions we have to separately open a new login page and we have to log into the portal. But in 7.1, within the same page we can log in, we can open the manager portal. Okay, we can launch the case manager portal in 7.1. But in the previous versions it is not like that. If you open one portal means you have to log out from the portal and you need to open the different portal. But in the 7.1, no need to log out from the browser or anything. You can directly open the portal in the same page. And create means creating the work object. Okay, so this one I'll tell you later, so you cannot understand right now. And search option means if you want to search for any rule, okay, directly you can enter the name here and search for that rule name, it will display here. And okay, there is a help option will be there. See, so when you click on this help option, you will get the total overview of the Pega 7. See, no need to download anything guys. Okay, everything is available in the Pega help here. Okay, anything if you want to prepare or anything if you want to read means, so Pega total overview of the Pega 7 is available in the developer help. Okay, actually we used to call as Pega 7 developer help. Okay, if you click on this option, so the total material will be there. Okay, anything you can refer from here itself. Okay, no need to another material. So all the materials are with in-depth will be there. For each and every topic will be there, and every topic will be in-depth. Okay, so this is the best material for the Pega 7. Anytime if you want to prepare anything on this thing means, go to developer help option. Under that, click on this option, Pega 7 help. Okay, and PDN, suppose if you are having access to the PDN means, okay, Pega discovery network you can view. And what are the new things available in Pega 7, and what are the Pega supports, all the APIs in Pega 7, and about the Pega 7, like a help document, everything will be there under the help here. And this is the administrator, and what are the access, what is the access group, I will tell you later. Okay, access group is nothing but a some who is having the permissions, okay, within the application. So what access you have, everything will be set in the access group. Okay. So this is the tool guys, and how to start an application. Okay, so if you want to build a new application in Pega 7, okay, in the previous versions the case is totally different. Okay, in the previous versions, if you take 6.3 version, if you want to build a new application means you need to use DCO tool. Okay, even in 7 also we'll have the DCO tool only. We used to call it as a DCO tool. Okay, what is the DCO means? A direct capture of, it is internal tool guys, within the Pega 7 only we'll have this thing. Direct capture of objectives means it will be done by the business analyst in real time. Okay, normally developers will not create this thing. Okay, using the DCO tool, we can build the application. Okay, in 6.3, what are the different types of DCO tools we have is, in 6.3 we have application profiler, application accelerator, and application express. Okay, using these three things they used to build an application. Means, so they used to create some profiles. Accelerator means all the classes and frameworks they will add, and express means just in 6.3 why they will use express means they will design some demo application. Okay, they will design some demo application and they will show to the client, okay, whether it is okay, if they want to proceed with the application or not. So in the application express in 6.3 version, so use it to design some demo application and they will show to the client. Okay, then when the approval gets from the client, they will start the production. Okay, when they get the approval from the client, they will start the production. Okay, this is the purpose used in 6.3 version. But in 7.1 version right now, we don't have all these tools. We don't have application profiler, we don't have application accelerator. Okay, directly they have added application express. Okay, they removed application profiler and accelerator, and right now in 7.1 we are having only application express. Okay, so everything is removed from 7.1. Okay, these application profiler and accelerator are not there. Only thing we have is application express. Okay, directly using the application express we can build the application. Okay, how to build the application means, see here in the tool, within this tool, okay, you are having something called Pega rules, right? Go to this option. Okay, under this you will have an option called, okay, if you want to design or build a new application, you have to click on this new application option. Okay, so there is one thing called, okay, direct capture objects use. So under this we can create one new application. Click on this option. Okay, in the Pega 6.3 means you will be having some 7 to 8 stages will be there. Okay, but in 6.7.1 version you will be having only 4 tabs. Okay, one is application settings, second one is business objectives, case types, and data objects. Okay, so all these things we can also add later also. Okay, right now if you want to build a new application means, so what are the things we need to add is, okay, enter some application name. Okay, what are the application you are going to develop, enter that application name. For example, I'm giving a name as sample as the application. Okay, so description, you can give some description about the application. Okay, and automatically, so this application is built on Pega rules. Okay, so that is the default one. And application structure, okay, you have to in the real time also they will select the structure of the application. See, this application structure is nothing but a layer, under which layer you want to build your application. We have to select the structure of that application. Okay, normally we have 3 types of structures, guys. One is framework, one is implementation, and third one is framework and implementation. Framework and implementation. Okay, these are the 3 different types of structures available. Okay, normally when they will go with the framework, okay, in detail I'll tell you tomorrow, guys. Time is not sufficient right now. Okay, before that I want to show one PPT. Okay, anyway, tomorrow we will build this application. I need to explain so many things. Time is not sufficient today. Okay, before that I will show the overview of this designer, Pega 7 Designer Studio. Give me 1 second. All the things, that's only. So what are the things we have seen in this Designer Studio? Same thing I want to show. Okay, anyway I'll show in tomorrow's session. Okay, You can ask me any questions. You can ask me. You can ask me now. Okay, tomorrow we'll build this application. Right?
Hari, this is Shravanti.
Yeah, tell me. Yeah, tell me.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me, Shanti.
Yeah. I have a question actually. When we go and work at a project,
Okay.
do we have like this Pega? It is like a personal edition we have on our systems, or
You'll
there
be
will be a central.
okay. You will be having enterprise edition, but the options, what are the tool you are seeing here? Same tool and options will be same, guys. Okay, enterprise edition in the real-time applications, you will be working on enterprise edition. Okay, but enterprise edition we cannot install. We will not get the access for the enterprise edition. So that is the reason they have released personal edition. Okay, we can install the personal edition in our systems. And don't worry, what are the options we got? All the options will be same in enterprise edition also. Okay, so same tool. Okay, there is not even single difference, guys. What are the things you are seeing here? Same things you will get in the enterprise edition also. Okay, not even single rule or single option is different. Okay, all the rules and everything is same in both the editions. Okay, only thing is in the enterprise edition you will be having some, so access will be from the Pega systems. Okay, Pega systems will give the server access, but here in the personal edition we are working on internet server. Okay, server is located in our system itself. We'll manually start the server and we'll log into the tool. Okay, that is the only difference. Okay, tool wise there is not even. Okay, so there are some options are there, so that is like frameworks. Okay, in the personal edition we will not install the framework, right? So framework if you want means, so Pega has, okay, they have to purchase from the Pega systems, they have to work on the frameworks. Okay, so that is the only difference. Okay, I will tell you about the how to work on the frameworks and all. I will show you those things also. Okay, so options wise and tool wise there is no single difference between both the editions. Okay, any other question?
Okay. Do you also explain about this one, like SOAP and JDBC in these classes?
Yeah, I will show you. I will show all the SOAP how to connect SOAP connector, SOAP services. Okay, similarly we can also work on JDBC also. So the type will be same only. So we will be working on integration services, integration connectors on SOAP and Java. Okay, different types we will see.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes. Next, you can ask me any questions.
Huh?
Hello.
Yeah, one by one. I will tell the names one by one. You can ask me. Hema, any question?
No, any questions.
Okay, and Manjari, any questions? And next, Kiran, any questions?
Hello Hari, actually what is case management in Pega?
Case management with his internal tool, guys. I will tell you.
Okay.
So like
No problem.
working on the cases, like so different within the application you'll be having different types of process will be there. Okay, all those things we can design in the case management.
Cases and case management is entirely different, no?
Oh, different. Those are different.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Next, yes, KK, any queries? Yes, Krishnamurthy. Hey, Krishna.
Hari, Hari. Yeah, actually, you told me. I mean, if any of the user logs in, for example, administrator has logged in.
Okay.
So without talking about, you can. I mean, if it's another user like
No.
manager or business analyst, if
That
they
is,
want to access.
I'm telling about the portal. Portal is different, and see, there will be different portals, guys. User portal will be there, manager portal will be there, and administrator portal will be there. Okay? So 3 types of portals are available. So within the portal, we can switch to the portals. We can switch to user portal. We can switch to manager portal. In the current version, in the previous version, separately you have to open a new window. You have to open, and manually you need to give the credentials. Okay. So
That's what I'm asking. I mean, if suppose any one of the user logs in.
okay, that one I will tell you again.
if-
Suppose See, access group. Suppose just others mute your microphone. Suppose if you have the access to the manager portal, with your access you can log in. If it is a different access, you have to again open in a different tool. See, normally same user cannot have. Sometimes some users will have manager access, they'll have user portal access will have, and administrator access will have. Suppose if we have all the three access within the same portal, you can you can open the user portal and manager portal. Suppose if you don't have the access, means you have to manually enter the user ID and password. I'll tell you, I will explain the access group tomorrow. So access group means, so there is a different access group like administrator, manager and user. Okay, so everyone will have their own user IDs will be there. If you have a common user ID, you can log in. Otherwise you have to manually enter the user ID and password. Okay, tomorrow I'll explain that concept. So about the access groups, I'll tell you tomorrow.
Okay. And one more thing, Hari, I mean, these cases in 7.1 are called classes?
Yeah, classes.
Both are same?
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Yes. Next. Prabhu, any questions?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get one by one, guys. Yeah, Prabhu, any questions? Satish, mute your microphone. Yes, Rajshekar, any questions?
Yeah, this is Rajshekar. Actually, I have like, what's the role of operating ID in MSN?
Operator ID is nothing but, see, you may have different roles. Roles will be only three types of roles will be there. So administrator will also called as system architect. Normally the previous, okay, others mute the microphone please. Rajshekar, you can mute the microphone. Ashok, mute the microphone. Okay, Rajshekar, so roles will be like, see, operator ID is nothing but, so administrator is one operator ID, manager at the rate something you will do, that is operator ID, user portal is also operator ID. So, but in the real time, you will be having, okay, from the administrator, they'll create a separate ID for you. See, there will be different developers will be there, right? For each and every developer, they'll rename, for example, administrator is there. At that, for example, sample.com is there. Okay, they will rename this operator ID and they'll create a new ID. For developer 1, they'll give some developer 1. For developer 2, so with that name of the developers will be there, right? So they'll rename this one and they'll save as this administrator and they'll create each and every operator ID will be created for each and every developer. Okay, so that one also I'll show you tomorrow's session.
Yeah, and also I saw some workflows in the Pega 6.3 SP2 version.
Yeah, yes.
Is the same flow we have in 7.1?
Yeah, same thing. So that is a similar concept only. Concept will be same.
And also I saw creating these operating IDs in 6.3.
Yeah.
Shall we have the?
Yeah, creating was same only, guys. But in 7.1, we don't have system architect and business analyst. Within the portal only, within the administrator only they will have. But in the 6.3, separately it will create system architect and separately it will create business analyst. Okay, but these things we don't have in 7.1. Okay, tomorrow I'll show the difference.
I would like to know that what type the difference between.
I will tell the difference, guys. That's what I told, right? So when after completing the 7.1 for 2 weeks, you'll get some understanding. So what are the basic things? At that time, I'll tell the difference between the two versions. Okay. Next, Rupa, any questions?
Yeah, Hari. So you said Cases Explorer displays classes, right?
Yeah.
So and the App Explorer is
App Explorer also contains the classes.
So what is the difference between
I will
both?
show the difference tomorrow. I will create and I will show the difference. So both are contains classes only. So there directly you can access the classes. So pinned classes like that there will be there. So from the cases you can directly open the class name and you can add anything. So you can only see the class names under the Class Explorer. But under the App Explorer your application will be there. Okay, tomorrow I will tell the difference about that one.
Okay.
Okay, next Satish, any questions? Sravanti, any questions? Suresh, any questions?
Hi Hari,
Yes, sir.
Shravanti. Um, yeah, in Enterprise Edition on which server
So
it
Pega
will
systems
work?
will have the server, guys. Okay, they can install any server like WebLogic, WebSphere, depends upon the requirement, client requirement. See, normally they'll purchase the license, okay, based on the size of the product and all. So they may work on either WebLogic, WebSphere or Tomcat. Okay, so the license of the project will means the license will be depend upon the client requirement. If they want to work on WebSphere, they'll take the server as WebSphere. Okay, if they want WebLogic, they'll go on WebLogic. It is a Tomcat. Okay. So it supports all the servers. They can choose any server.
But mostly on which server it will be?
Mostly in the real-time WebLogic or WebSphere.
WebLogic or WebSphere. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other
Yeah,
questions, guys?
Hari?
Yes, tell me.
Yeah, Hari. Actually, you spoke about the DCO tool, like we are having application profiler and
Yeah.
application accelerator.
Yeah.
But, I didn't get that point. What exactly?
Actually, it is the internal tools for building the application, guys. Normally for gathering the system requirements, for technical requirements, for adding the technical requirements. Okay, that's what I told. Today time is not sufficient. Tomorrow I'll explain about that one. Okay, in detail I'll do. So business,
all these three are different, or
all the three are
all the
different
three?
actually. Okay, in 6.3 we have all the three, but in 7.1 we don't have application profiler and explorer accelerator. We are only having application express in 7.1. We don't have application profiler and accelerator in 7.1. Okay, both the things are removed and only they included application express. Okay,
So what are the sort of,
that I'll tell you tomorrow. That's what I mean. So which is used for gathering the requirements and building the application.
and why they removed in 7.1?
See, they include
Profiler
all
and
the
accelerator.
features included in directly. They include in Express. Okay, so instead of making the things complex, so they make it very in a easier way. They remove the profiler and accelerator. I'll tell you tomorrow that one. Today time is not sufficient.
Okay.
I have to leave today, so it's getting late for me. Okay, anyway, in detail I'll tell you
And
about the profiler,
and
accelerator.
maybe it's better to like share some kind of notes or any like.
Yeah, you'll be getting the notes, guys. Okay, I'll be sharing the notes on this. Okay, from tomorrow.
It's very helpful to.
Yeah, sure. I will share the day to day. What are the thing any topic, whatever I'm saying, I will share the notes every day. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions, guys? Okay. Thank you, guys. Then.